When people see our Phin Lab, they have no idea what it took to actually conceptualize what people are seeing now. When we first started Fat Miilk, people had no idea what it looked like behind the scenes. Yes, we started as a CPG company selling direct to consumer online, but we started doing so many pop-ups during Fat Miilk's pop-up era. People had no idea that we didn't have a commercial kitchen. I was brewing everything by hand in my apartment kitchen, in a Chicago apartment kitchen. So we show up, we're here serving Vietnamese coffee, but what it really looked like to get there was a hot ass mess, right? So we had fins everywhere, fins all over our countertops, our dining table, like anywhere and everywhere that we could put a fin would be there. But we would then have to be able to capture all of this coffee that we just produced and then figure out where to put it. And then the transporting of that coffee to the event space was something that was so incredibly backbreaking for us as well as a small team. And so what it looked like was just this hot sweatshop of an operation of trying to show up, having very limited capacity, limited capabilities. We were brewing coffee. The goal was to have as much volume, batch make this as fast as we possibly could in order to service the pop-up or the event that we were at. And there would always be something there that would be limiting me from being able to like do it up to speed or hurry up the process. So prior to the Phin Lab, not only was brewing coffee through a fin drip time consuming, but it was also restrictive in what I was able to do. When you look at fin brewing, there's essentially 5 things that you need. You need a scale, you need a pitcher, you need fins, and you need hot water, and most importantly, obviously coffee, right? And that was something that when you're doing it and you're trying to do big batches on a really, really tight space, you're going to see so many of those things have a limiting step. We were essentially trying to create a commercial product in a very residential operation. I think throughout this process, there are definitely moments where I'm like, goodness, there has to be an easier and better way to do this. And so when I look back at that journey, I definitely see moments and opportunities for shortcuts. We could have, cold batched or cold brewed Vietnamese coffee, or just used, drip coffee to get that batch, get the volume that we needed to have an easier day the next day. But it wouldn't have served customers in a way that would have kept them coming back for more and more. And in order to have longevity in Fat Miilk and longevity in what we were going to do, we had to always hold ourselves to that esteem very, very early on. One thing that was a non-negotiable to the Fat Miilk brand is for customers to try Vietnamese coffee the traditional way, which is through a slow drip fin. And so in order for us to be able to do these events and still have the same quality, I had to do some back-breaking brewing that would take anywhere from 12 hours to even pulling all-nighters and showing up to the fair or to the event the next day, and then repeating that whole process all over again until it was over. Enter the Phin Lab.